Lion.
Jumping
Lion
about
immediately.
every here and there. Though, we got the Lion come out once again, making a stable. I wouldn't really say return. Lion's been around. Lion's definitely been around. It's just not in every single draft. Is there a reason why Lion's not always out? Because I thought that he was one of the most contested heroes at one point.
Think he still is in terms of
5
pick ban.
seconds remain.
But what you have when a hero is such an all-rounder is that you don't have any actual like specialties coming out of it. So if you want say a double heal lineup, he's not going to fit. If you want a hero that can actually pressure really hard in the lane on your off lane, he's not going to fit. That sort of thing. So he's a great overall pick, but that also makes him kind of weak if you had a good idea of what you're going for. But here, in this position where you want to give as little away as possible, because the enemy is going to get 2 counter picks on the 2 heroes that you're going to pick now, the Lion is perfect as a support pickup.
Yep. Could see Abaddon as a bit of a response to it, as we have the stun removal from Earth Spike and a tiny bit of extra against Lion's Burst. So we've got some healing and shielding,
Team are now picking.
which obviously does hinder a little bit away from the Lion.
And then the Noob Invoker. So here's their team fight control. Very hard for Abaddon to put anything in edgewise here. Of course, this Invoker will have to play up versus the Nyx Assassin, which means that he is going to be copying some of these
10 seconds to pick.
these Spike Carapace stuns.
Yeah.
It's very hard to avoid that.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
But that's the thing with the Nyx Assassin. You can't really let it hamper your draft too much, because if you do that, you're put right into a corner by the enemy's first pick. It's something that's very hard to draft around. You better just, tank some of those hits and say, fine, you have a Nyx. I don't care. We get to play a signature hero on a player who really loves it.
Well, what I'm seeing here is the Luna basically was in the winning draft of Spider Pigs in their series against Liquid. 13-112. Very good stats. 860 GPM. 25-minute butterfly. So I think that's the thing to look at.
Performance by Goma. Absolutely beautiful.
If you got Manta BKB Butterfly in the first 25 minutes, you're already looking into a pretty scary future or near future. Because usually, remember the times when Luna was considered 40 minutes plus and it's over? Now, if you see that in 25 minutes, you're like, yeah, it's over. It's like we kind of just lost 15 minutes off the clock and we got surprised by it. So yeah, that's the Luna factor that can definitely kick in.
Yeah, and this Drow Ranger is definitely not going to outfarm her unless the Luna really gets contested all the time if her lane goes extremely badly. They'll have to use this Drow Ranger to push towers with. Luckily, you can. Drow Abaddon is a very solid siege combination, very hard to engage into in order to restrict that Luna's farming area, or at least make her fight her own teammates for that farm.
Hurry,
and then, of course, with a Puck Nyx Assassin, you can scout her out. You can assassinate her and pressure her in her own jungle, even if there are teleport points for the backup to come in. So Team Bolt certainly have the toolkit to deal with at least the farming potential of the Luna, but executing it is step 2.
All they really need right now for Bold is to get this Puck online. If Puck's game works out, buys a lot for the Drow, pressurizes the Luna away from the bottom half of the map, forces Luna to basically play in the top half. And as soon as they're in the top half, if they start leaving the Luna inside the triangle / top side of the Dire Jungle for the most basic safe farm area for your pos 1, they can start taking over that area easily. You can with a Nyx Assassin and a Puck. That's grim tidings for your Spider Pigs.
Team Bolt here, trying to get away that faces forward. One of the best
10 seconds to
carry matchups for getting on top of the Drow Ranger, but not necessarily one to take her down himself.
Hurry.
And then the Axe. Really enjoy that ban actually, because one of the things that Team Bolt's going to need is they need to have the creep waves in at all times to be able to make these attempts on these towers, make these assassination attempts, or at least pressure attempts on the Luna. If the waves are away from them, then there's no way they're getting to the Luna in time. And an Axe with the illusions, with the Manta style build, is going to be very, very good at pushing those waves out, as well as, of course, being a big threat for the Puck, the Drow Ranger.
Ball kind of running out of time. Their last pick here is going to be the Darkseer, so we have a pretty nice setup here for the Drow multi-shot. We've got the Puck Coil, we've got the Nyx stuns. overall, great pressure hero. I do like this draft a lot. However,
In your strategy.
it is a Night Stalker, which you cannot ignore. It is very hard to ignore his existence. However, the thing with Night Stalker in this draft, when if you looked at, you have a potential Blink line with Hex, you have the Invoker with combos. Night Stalker, you can always see him coming. He pops his ulti, you know you're up for something. They're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of spoils the surprise element a bit.
He doesn't need a surprise element. This entire Team Bold lineups get absolutely wrecked by the AoE silence. They're going to have to build, at the very least,
Now all of a sudden
a
you want
Hurricane
back
Pike
in?
over
For
on that Jar
goodness
Ranger.
sake, make
That's
up
a
your
lot of
mind.
slowdown to your damage output. That's all time that you're not actually spending catching up to that Luna. And the same goes for the rest of the heroes. You're going to want probably Yules on this puck. You're going to... Like, Abaddon can't save anybody if the Night Stalker is on top of him. The only drawback to this Night Stalker pick is that he's a little bit on the greedy side. But I'm pretty sure Noob can adjust to that and give Funnick the space that he really needs in order to shine in this game, because he breaks this draft wide open.
Now that we're heading over to the first game of the series and looking in drafts in general, Spider Pigz, they were able to take the first game of the last series. However, we're looking at Team Bald Reborn, their first game of this entire playoff bracket. Do you think they're going to get surprised, or you think they're coming in with heavy hitters?
The Drow should definitely be a heavy hitter. They picked it very confidently here. And I like the dynamic in their lineup in general. The mid-game power spike that they're going to hit with this Darkseer looks very good for them. But
Well, let's get
they're
to it,
running
shall
into
we?
a brick wall. This Night Stalker is always going to have a really big impact in this game. It is a very good pick. And it would take some serious messing up for Spider Pigz to make him be ineffective. This man rushes a BKB, there's nothing they can do to him.
Yep, in the hands of Gorb, this could definitely be a deadly drow. There's so many ways to build this hero. So many different perspectives you can take to it. Do you want to go for the Blink Dagger build? Do you not want to go for Blink? Do you want to build up right-click damage? Do you have a teammate with a Force Staff? Drow positioning is maybe one of the hardest range carries to position properly. Not because you have the high attack
This is
range.
aggressive.
This is definitely aggressive. I think we cannot expect any less from these two teams to actually take a brawl already. Observer Ward also taken out by Noob.
Excellent security for their side now. I would be very surprised if the Dire want to come over here and do the same on the Radiant side. Their lineup is much more fragile.
Coma. Maybe
No.
with that previous moment there showing that he had a couple teammates behind him, that he is very confident going down to the low ground. But it's a 1v4, so he only shows up quickly, walks out. And
Yeah,
so
that
we
was
have
a
our
bluff.
bounces 2-2. Yeah, it was a bluff. It was definitely a bluff.
Hey, if they back up now, I'm snatching this. If they don't back up, okay, you know what?
Yeah. But it is also one of those indicators of setting fear into your opponent's head that, yep, we might have more people. You don't know about it until you try it out. Gork, however, already taken a couple hits from Lion. Early stun from DNZ. Even if it does do a bit of damage onto the creep wave, I think it hurts the Drow more. She's also prepared with 6 tangos. Prepared to take some hits.
Highlight really has to be up in the face of Funnick here. Does mean that they're missing out on some last hits though. DNZ already sniping the last hit on that range creep. Very nice for them.
Is I do commend this Night Stalker for picking up a bracer all the way to start things off with. Not just mass stats, maybe a circlet, maybe a, you know, gauntlets of strength or something. Nope, straight up bracer.
Yep, he wants to innate regen, he wants to strength, he wants to push through this lane and dominate it.
A lot of damage coming in here for both Funnick and Pili Die. They're both quite alright though. We're looking at the bottom lane. Pablo might just die here.
Bottom tower is
This
being
is the
attacked.
impel stunt. LeBron, Coma, they're kind of cornering this Nyx assassin, breaking the salve, getting first blood. Goes for LeBlanc.
Bit of a misjudgment there, I think, to use the salve. He could have really used that in another situation. He was dead as a doornail there.
That was not much to come out from. Looked at the Enchantress was pretty deep in front of the Dire Tier 1 tower, but all for a good reason. Getting a kill. Mid
Good
matchup.
start for this extremely aggressive
Yep.
lane. Yep, and then mid.
We have the Invoker and the Puck going up against each other. It's not your out of the ordinary matchup. Pretty basic. Should favor both pretty well here.
Yeah, I mean,
Excalibur.
there's no favor really in that case, right?
Yeah. Excalibur
It'll
likes to
treat
play
both
aggressive.
pretty
though.
well.
Yeah.
He does, and of course the Puck is going to get a little bit more out of jungle, a little bit more out of rotations as the bottom lane. Oh dear. Yeah, so this Darkseer pick had one big drawback, which is that picking a Darkseer into an Enchantress means that you're going to get your Surge purged off. That's most of your survivability. Both of the enemy heroes hit really hard here. Without your Surge, you don't get to live. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Rajic die more often down here.
Denied.
Yeah, he hasn't picked up a point in Surge just quite yet. Only that early vacuum point might have been for, I don't know, range creep securing. Could be potentially. It's
Possible.
not the highest amount of damage, but it's something.
But the point is moot, right? Whether you take the point or you don't take the point, you don't get to go out.
You don't get to go out. Exactly. That's the main course of the story. We'll turn a bit of a pull attempt here from DNC. Phoenix creep wave does clash with the dire wave, so at least it stays there. Gork gets the last. It's a couple more here. Phoenix not having the easiest lane for the early minutes, but this was expected. The Night Stalker has a bit of difficulties to start off with, but second bracer picked up. A lot of HP. You mentioned the regen game. This is definitely the right course of action for Phoenix.
He wants to spend as little of his money on staying in the lane as possible, or I should say on like consumable ways to stay in the lane. He wants a passive regen. He wants to get something out of this as soon as he gets active, and the bracers are certainly going to do that for him as well, tanking him up for the fights, giving him extra damage. And once he gets these phase boots up, he's going to have a lot of armor, and the Drow is going to get pressured out of the lane from that point onward.
Yeah, Drow's definitely going to feel very scared to stay in that lane in the minutes to come. So we'll wonder if they're going to make any ancient stack plays. That would be something, because as a Drow you can clear those ancients even if they're double or triple stacks because of the massive range that you have. Do they have the time to stack it though? Because Rajix and Pablo are they're kind of locked in this lane. They can't rotate the Nyx too early.
You can't rotate him too early, especially now because you get an XP differential there. The Nyx is pretty experience hungry. At the same time though, Rajix's game is always going to be just Ion Shell in the back and watch the gold trickle in. Because again, he can't take Surge in this lane. It's not going to do anything for him.
Yeah.
So the lane's going to be pushed all the time. The Nyx can totally do things like this. Darkseer will be out of range most of the time for his enemies. And he is free to move.
Bit of a pulling contest here. Pablo trying to get these creeps away from the camp, but LeBron still successful with the wave connection. Now Rajix comes in. Stun from Pablo, bit of damage on the edge. Does have the enchant, so he immediately just removes the Ion Shell. Kind of the downside there, that enchant does have such a huge cooldown, but used correctly, will let the inch live. Doing a bit of damage on the Darkseer. Rajix still trying to run away. Yeah, nice stun.
Pilodai looks to be dying in the trees here.
His middle tower is being attacked.
Yep,
He was
on the
scouting
other
out in the
side.
triangle, looking at the stacks that the line is slowly making.
And yeah, okay, Rajix still ends up dying. So I thought it was safe for a moment. Pablo got the right stun out. Let the Darkseer farm those two creeps quickly, but apparently he took too much damage from them, and Koma just threw in one level 2 Lucent Beam and got the kill.
And now?
And now Drow dead. Okay. Great start for Spider Pigs.
I mean,
5-0.
so here we are, double bracer, Phoenix, really too tanky already, especially if the support over on the top lane is dead. There's no way for the Drow to stay there. This catapult is going to deal some decent damage onto the top tower already. This demands a reaction, and Excalibur has 6. He's going to come in.
Yeah, he's spotted though. The Radiant Scan does connect on Excalibur, and as they saw the Invoker already sit in top for quite some time, and now Excalibur misses the coil as well.
Painful.
Well, that's your mid rotation from both sides. The other one gets a kill, the other one doesn't.
Taking damage.
Noob has been pushing out his wave very far every time that he can, just really restricting Excalibur's space to go for rotations, to go into the jungle, getting damage onto that mid tower whenever he can. And it's really working out for Spider-Pigz so far.
Yep. Pylite Eye is very low on HP. Nothing happening there in bottom. However, Pylite Eye, death number 6 on the side of Team Bald. There's the second on the Abaddon. Funnick getting a... He's getting a great start. If he's not having CS, he's still got 2 kills. On bottom, Projects drops low. LeBron falls. Pablo, Coma, taking a 1v1 here. Skin Carapace. Spike Carapace does reflect the Lucent Beam back on Coma. Coma also runs out of mana here. But that is the first kill for Team Bald at least.
They're basically on track to lose all 3 lanes on Team Bald here right now. And if you lose all 3 lanes, well, we all know what happens, but you don't have anybody to make moves with. So you can only react. And the enemy has all the space in the world that they want to either pick you off or farm. This is exactly what they needed to not happen. They need to have the waves push out. They need to have some towers down in order to constrict that Luna's farming. But she's not constricted in any way right now. She's top of the board.
She's top of the board. 1,000 gold ahead of the Drow as well, and that is only going to ramp up because Luna can farm a little bit faster than the Drow does when you start picking up points and glaives. Curiously, no Mask of Madness, though. Well, they are rotating towards bottom. Noob, DNC, both smoked up. There's Excalibur in mid, which they will not go for. Instead, Invoker... He's got the EMP, Cold Snap, Burn, Coma. There we go. The initiation comes out onto the Darkseer. Still level 5. Even with the stun from Pablo. Is it enough? Tornado still connects. And she is 60 HP, but Excalibur comes to the rescue. Luna in big trouble. Gorp is here as well. They want to make sure that this Drow is a part of this kill. Might as well just get the kill itself. Pays off in the end. And Pylite Eye.
Bonus kill over on the side here.
Abaddon, big trouble. Nothing to do here. LeBron keeps on throwing more and more spears. Ends up being the end of this Abaddon. Noob on the run. Pablo stun in 3. Doesn't he have enough mana for it? The mana regen is very... Oh no, the Darkseer gets caught as well. Again with the Tornado, but it's not enough for the kill. Noob wants to chase the Darkseer. Gets a right-click connection. The Urn will finish him off. And look at this boy. He's basically being guided by 2 heroes. He still finds a kill in between. He might even try and kill Pablo here. At least does a bit of harassment here. While Gorp gets the kill on LeBron. And the TP from Lion should go out. Still, Noob is still here. Excalibur.
Oh, very fragmented.
Very fragmented indeed. It's a 2-for-2 trade in the end.
Dire's top tower is destroyed.
Yeah, it is, but it doesn't spell much good. That you can see that Team Bald needs the enemy to heavily overextend before they can get enough damage out, and even then, in the case of Noob, they can't actually get him. He regens too much. They can't focus him down without the coil. They're going to need to play so heavily around that coil this game if they want to get anything done. And in the meantime, the tower trade is already going down. Coma just teleported to top.
Got the tower kill indeed, but that was also the Luna. Did die in that last fight. It went for Gorp. Drow slightly narrowing that lead together. But still gonna need a whole lot more to keep the package intact. LeBron, DNC, aggression here. Pablo, EMP's out as well. Means everything from the Nexus and Project. Misses the vacuum, doesn't hit anything, and Pylite Eye. Vacuum, oh sorry, Surge. Another shield. Funnick comes in though. Say that the party pooper has arrived and he spoils the party here. It's Funnick with that haste
He has
room.
indeed. He's got phase boots, he's got double bracer, picked up a point in his ultimate just now. This man is an absolute menace. Team Bald has to immediately scram whenever he shows up. And he's going to take the bottom lane now, indicating that Spider-Pigz have no intentions whatsoever of letting the bottom side of the map go.
Did you look at Excalibur's inventory? He's going for Veils this game. So this is not Witchblade. This is not Yules. It's not Blink. It's Veils instead. You like it?
Not individual damage, team damage. I think it's very necessary. You could see the damage problems there already. They don't really have any bursts apart from the puck. So he's going to have to make what he has really last. The little bit of armor is also going to help quite a bit versus Funnick.
Pablo finds a nice two-man stun here in mid as they're pressuring the tier 1 tower. The Tornado EMP into the air. Enchantress low on HP. The Cole comes out as well. And a chance to take down Enchantress. Pylon does fall to the finger. Here comes the Night Stalker as well. Funnick comes into the Dark Ascension. Will make sure that this puck has nowhere to run. 2 for 1 trade. The Enchantress falls with Funnick looking for more. Trying to look for the wraparound. Pablo is a difficult target because he does have that carapace. DNC on the sideline. They see Rajix, they see him, and then they go. Darkseer in trouble. Eclipse comes out. They make sure Rajix is also dead. Pablo, Gork, Pilot.
Interesting smoke.
Interesting smoke for sure, at least. But the Tornado comes out. Doesn't hit anything. Pablo, half HP. Gork throws in another arrow to slow down LeBron, but Spider Pig's unfazed about this.
You know, they got quite a few kills out of this. Very nice assertion of dominance from Funnick once again. And you can see it anytime he shows up. Team Bold. They can't do anything. They need to wait out the Dark Ascension, and the Crippling Fear, and it's always going to cost them a hero unless Funnick displays massively.
Gotcha.
Has most HP down on their middle tower right now. And what that means is that this triangle is going to be all but uncontested. It's going to be very hard to go up there when both top and mid are going to be pushed in without getting spotted, or at least, you know, sussed out. And then at the same time as well, it's just more distance to cross.
Now they will suffer.
It's
Just
more
going
teleport
for an Orchid for this on this Invoker. I like this pickup considering it's really hemorrhaging for the puck to get silenced. There is the Abaddon, always instantly purges away, but it is one extra item / one extra spell to force the shield off of the Abaddon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And look at the item that Funnick's going to pick up as well. This is not a BKB rush. He is not even intimidated by this magic damage coming out from the Darkseer and the puck. He says, I'm gonna live through that if I just make sure that you guys don't even get your spells off.
Yeah. Basically, Funnick says no fear in the face of danger.
Yep. The fear is all for his enemies. Chroma's playing up so far as well.
Push in mid, quick tier 1 tower finish off here. There's the Mask of Madness of the Luna I was hoping to see and waiting for. They could go Roche here 13 minutes in. This could be a 14-minute Roshan. Why not?
He has so much damage. Got the Alacrity over on the Luna as well, extremely powerful combination. And that Alacrity can go over onto Funnick as well if you need a little extra oomph for your Blinking and Night Stalker. There's great synergies in this draft.
Also to think about the fact that we have the medallion, we have everything. Healing minus armor damage. We need for a Roshan, really. And this has to be one of the fastest Roshans in this tournament. It might be a faster one, but this is definitely in the top list. 14 and 08 or 07. First Roshan of the game.
As Koma retreats, he has more stacks waiting for him. This Luna is going to pull ahead so fast. And again, the only physical damage that they have here is Drow. She does have quite some damage through armor, which is normally the problem with dealing with an early farmed Luna, is that your right clicker is not ready. And she has so much armor from her Agi. But the problem is that I don't think the Drow is going to actually get to deal any of that damage. This Night Stalker will be on top of her.
Pablo's on a mission behind enemy lines here. He was scouted by a ward. He's going for the bounty rune, but he's in for an ill surprise.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Hex on the spot.
close to
He's
Blink
thinking.
Dagger as
He's
well.
thinking that. Yeah. It's like I'm pretending I don't know that you're actually there. Waiting with a finger and straight through the raindrops.
Pulled him inside out. Double Blink Dagger pickup. This feels so good if you're DNZ. The fact that all 3 lanes win, you don't have to spend your money on anything but saving up for that Blink. No desperation plays where you might die or get picked off. They have double initiation now. Even if Team Bald spread out perfectly fine, it's going to be so hard for them to get a good reaction. It's all down to the Darkseer and getting a good wall of replica now. Hoping that Spider Pigs are going to clump up too much in their attempts to chase, and seeing if you could get a Luna illusion to destroy the rest of her team. That's it.
What I'm a bit worried about here is the lack of aggression here from Team Bald Reborn, because they're playing from behind, struggle with their laning stage. Now they have this Veils on this puck, but they can't really pull much out of it. Twilight Eye is going to be the next casualty on the list. Quickly taken away in the river, but Excalibur might be in trouble as LeBron is coming in. Manages to dodge this. Oh, right in the hands of Funnick. This man already read what's about to happen, though he's not able to get this puck kill. Not at least yet, but he will finish it off with the Blink Dagger. You saw that puck escaping? Funnick's ready for him.
He is, yes. It's not going to get better. It really isn't. Like, this is exactly an illustration of what happens if you lose all 3 of your lanes. You can't use one core to play towards. Nobody is strong. Nobody can say, alright, you know, I can take on 2 heroes and live. So you're automatically behind in the numbers game. And they don't have the matchups in their favor either, because this Night Stalker pick is just too good. You can see what it does. Excalibur dares to show the tip of his little wings, and he gets hunted down.
He was. That was the moment where he's trying to get an action rune on the bottom half of the map, and Spider Pigs were definitely ready for it, and they knew exactly where he was going to be going to as well.
I love how this man plays Luna. He just farms the camps furthest away that he possibly can get away with. It's delightful. He's going straight into a Daedalus here. Just picks up a casual Crystallis, finishes off the BKB.
Yeah, what was the item build we were looking at from the previous game? It was a whole lot different than this one. Quick kill on Pablo here, meanwhile, in the mid lane. As he had the BKB Manta, Butterfly in 25, then he went Daedalus the next item. He's just going straight up Daedalus after picking up Boots and Dragonlance and Mask of Madness. Love it. Absolutely love it. And the NZ, bit over-aggressive here behind the tower. Doesn't hurt too much, but at least for Gorp, he's happy to pick up 400 gold for that streak.
This is at least important for the fact that you don't have 2 initiators now, so you can't really follow the one up.
Look at the side though. Funny. Already gets the jump on Excalibur. He gets the blink away because Funnick's not dealing any damage to him yet. That silence will wear off, but it's going to be up in 6 seconds again.
It's a good opportunity.
Team Bold are in one big piggy line, just chasing for anything they can find. With the Centaur Courser also running in between, so they had a full vision of them as well. They just run out, they just disengage. They're happy. Don't need to force the fight.
I think that was the closest that Team Bald got to getting themselves a good fight in a long time. But Excalibur had already used his orb, so he couldn't actually go in and get a coil on the retreat.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Well, there's a lot still needed. If Team Ball still wants to keep up with the pace here and start making a pace of their own, because that's what we're kind of expecting and waiting to happen. Maybe.
Maybe you are. I'm not.
Maybe I am. I'm just being hopeful. But then again, Drow can deal a lot of damage if he gets in the right spot. The only difficulty is finding the right spot to be, and he also needs his team to back him up.
Exactly. This game is positioning for a Drow, and especially now. Like, your hopes are making a stand on a high ground with the Drow getting to hit whoever she wants. This is a bold move by the Baldy boys.
Funnick coming in from the side. DNC nicely goes, and the Cataclysm flies through. Gorp already dropping to half HP. Funnick has the sights on the Drow Ranger, takes him out instantly. LeBron, DNC do fall. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Coma dropping low, 200 HP with no Aegis in this fight. Pablo going for the hunt, looking for him. Tries to get the stun. Nicely walks into the ice path, gets the stun out. Funnick comes flying in with the Blink Dagger to save his allies. Excalibur dropping low on the HP, and he will die. Comes the tornado from Noob, trying to catch some more. Pablo will fall as well, and they're turning it around. They've got the opportunity now. Rajix and Pile die. They have little left to give.
Alright, Little, that was beautifully done. Rajix with that Blink Dagger waiting in the wings. Oh, poor Pile die. Just leave him, man. But
not much
that was exactly what they needed. They need a Luna illusion in order to make these fights work, and especially with how clump Spider Pigz was. And the amount of time that they needed to bring down this Drow, she's pretty tanky right now. She's got the full Dragonlance and a Yasha. You need a little bit more than just a Night Stalker without any damage items whatsoever. So I like that attempt. That was well thought out, well executed. The only problem is just that they're so far behind that when they don't get the last touch on Coma, no, he's fine.
Does blink TP in the front of danger. But yeah, I agree. The attempt was already much better. They forced Coma to drop so low that his big KB was basically spent running away and all the way out of the fight. They almost lost the Invoker. Nice thought there by Pablo to pop the Carapace, to just walk on the ice path, get a mini stun on the Invoker so the rest can catch up and then follow up. But, of course, Funnick comes in to rescue the day.
He is an enduring problem in this game. And they can't really afford to focus him because the damage is not actually coming from him. There's so much teamfight control over from the Invoker and so much damage from the Luna that those are the people you'd want to focus. Ideally, you ignore the Night Stalker. But you can't really do that until your supports all have 4 staffs and Aeon discs, and they are so poor right now.
They are, and this train is still continuing all the way to the other side. Noob spotted. Here comes the coil. Chance to take the Invoker out of play. And they will. The Darkness Engine has been popped as well. So Spider Pigs might look for a reinitiation here, even without the Invoker. They are around the area. Funnick scouting, hoping for some straggler. They need an opening. That's all they need. They need an opening. Excalibur picks the Invis Rune. Looks like they're not ready to go for it. Okay, Pilot Eye stays a little bit too long. He's already got 1/3 of the deaths of Team Bold Reborn. Might add one more to the list as he is being encroached from every direction. Funnick comes in with the silence. Nice multi-shot, no spread shot coming in from Gorp. Not
On lives.
Yeah, Pilot Eye down, and LeBron lives out of this one. Surge, get the Nyx Assassin back to safety. Suddenly that Invoker kill ends up being your Abaddon dying as well.
Good initiative though. Like, you can see that here they have to respect the team fight capabilities of Team Bold. They have to make sure that they get Funnick on top of the right heroes. In this case, I think they're waiting for the Drow every single time, because the Drow is the only one who can kill the Luna through the BKB. And the Drow just didn't show, so they don't want to take the fight.
Yep. And looking at burst damage, deleting factor, Puck is going for a Dagon level 5. Straight up nuke damage with the Veils, relying on the burst. All about the burst.
That will certainly make up for your lack of magic damage. And he will be deleting LeBron and DNZ with that.
Yeah, I think getting rid of LeBron definitely need some kind of magical burst to quickly go through. Otherwise, the split shot, or the multi-shot on Drow might not necessarily be enough. It's a good start, but you need a follow-up. Otherwise, that healing is going to be too much to deal with. However, Team Bold, Nyx leading the front, the rest of them kind of bodyguarding the Drow, but also kind of looking for a fight, while Spider Pigs have something on their mind. They're smoking up, coming in from the side here, heading towards the river. Pilot Eye is there to pop it up. DD Rune has to go deny it, and this might just be the bait to lose his life. Gets solar crested. There's the push, the jump from Funnick. And Abaddon slowly melting. They pop his ulti. They've already dealt the damage. Roshan spawning in 15 seconds. And another smoke.
Coma. They'll smoke again. Yeah, they want to use this.
And they're coming in from the side.
Pilot Eye
in the front, but he's gonna die if he stands in the front. He's got no ulti. However, they're just gonna go straight on Excalibur on the back. Meanwhile, Gorp needs to reposition. Coma doing a lot of damage. Cataclysm coming out as well, and a beautiful jump there. And Spider Pigs will take out 3. They will take out 4 as the Abaddon is about to fall again. He literally just bought back, and he dies with it. Rajix onto the high ground, and ultra kill for Coma. Out of that fight, doesn't leave much for Team Bold to reminisce about.
You can see there how effective the Drow damage actually is at going through the Luna's armor. She was very close to falling there in that contest. Luckily for her, she has the Daedalus, she has the crits. She only needs the lucky hit in order to finally take the Drow out, and now they're going to go for the base. This is going to melt like butter.
Fight recap really tells the whole story. 8.6 against 3.5. Puck 0 damage. Darkseer 0 damage. Abaddon did 300 with 2 aphotic shields. It's all about the Drow dealing damage there, but Abaddon with no ulti already popped once. Smart play from Spider Pigs to take the smoke and know that we have another opportunity to go in, and they went straight for Excalibur, just ignoring the Abaddon in the front. Funnick knows his mission is find the puck, keep him busy. The boys will do the rest.
They will. And right now we have an Alacrity Luna in the pit. Baiting in Team Bold.
Ooh. Pablo, dangerous waters here. Under a sentry ward, and they find him in the trees. He took 2 times actually ran in the vision of that sentry ward. And it just expired as well, so perfect timing. Not even bad.
Illusion.
Get some 75 gold sentry. Get some worth out of that. Get a kill.
And that secures the rush. Even if they buy him back here, they have no teleport points to go to. Their outpost has been in the hands of Spider Pigz for quite some time already. So all they can do is make the most out of this time to farm.
Yep. They're just two-manning this Roche, basically. Coma, LeBron, both in the pit. Second Roshan of this game. First one was in 14 minutes. The second one, 26. Now difficulties ahead for Team Bald. Looking at the graphs here, very one-sided. 18,000 gold for Spider Pigz. Same amount of experience in their hands. Hero levels.
Final bot lane.
They do some damage on the puck. Can he get out though? Pops the Dagon as a little departing gift. And Fike just gets on top. Yeah, that was close. I do like that little cute update.
The next assassin is coming in. Pablo. Assassin.
Yep, but he's got no TP though. They might turn their attention towards the Nyx assassin if they know about that. However, I feel like they might just let this Nyx slide.
There's a bit of a waste of time there, I think. I mean, if they have nothing else to do.
If he cuts the wave, then he becomes a nuisance. But, yep, Noob is making his way down. Pablo. This is the end of his tale.
He knew exactly when they were going to be there.
They will secure this kill. And it's going to be another one for Funnick. 10, 0, and 8. Unkilled this game on this Night Stalker. Last pick Night Stalker really paying off.
It was such a good game for it. And Funnick really put his... I mean, we all saw him posturing in the middle of the map. Just straight on the river ramp, all the way before the horn. He knew that this was his game to play and to win.
Another tower taken out by Spider Pigz. It is the tier 2 tower that falls on the bottom lane, and they're heading straight towards the high ground now. Coma leading the front. LeBron right behind him with a Solar Crest buff. Make some short work out of this tower. Rajix on the side. They need a great wombo combo here, but they need to catch several heroes. One is not enough. There's an Aegis. Abaddon's already popped his ulti. His drop's already so low. He got the silence on the Luna. Bit of damage coming in from Gorp. The magical burst coming in from the Dagon. Pablo looking for the stun as well. And it's going to be enough to pop the Aegis at least. But they got the next assassin as Funnick blinks in. And it's still okay for Team Bald. And here's the wall. Nice combo. Coma actually dropping really low here. Might have to be careful here with the BKB. And here we go. The full initiation coming back on the sideline here. Enchantress dropping low. Can they get that kill? Yes, they can. It comes for Excalibur. Finally picks it up. Pablo, however, walks into a sentry. Gets fingered up. The Sunstrike. It's missing him. 20 HP. Noob has his tornado up now. He's not going to throw it, though. They hold their base.
You see the power of the Drow. Yeah. If the jump onto the Drow goes awry, like right there, then the damage is actually going to shred straight through Coma. This danger remains. Even though this game is 20k in the lead for Spider Pigz right now, you can't ignore this matchup. You can't ignore the fact that if the Drow gets a good position, you will get destroyed. But they're ready for a new attempt.
Yeah, they're not done yet. They're looking at going back to the high ground, or at least keep the pressure up. Another creep wave is about to approach.
I love this from Corp, by the way. He's buying a Daedalus. He knows. You just need to blow somebody up.
Need to blow
anybody. If they die, they back off.
The damage output is really good on this Drow. And Spider Pigz, they also recognize the situation. They back out. They let it go for now. Back to farming. I guess there's another item that they're about to finish off here. At least Night Stalker is almost at a nullifier. Very close to a nullifier. I think that already spells doom for the Drow Ranger if you don't have BKB on. And they might go for
any kind of saving force staffs will no longer go off. It is huge.
Yep, Funnick is observing the situation. If somebody overextends, he will go. He's got the backup of his allies right behind him. Pablo. Bounty run, I guess. Come on, Pablo. There's 2 bounties.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and
180 gold. Gotta take everything you can.
Here.
Yep, maybe.
He knows.
On the money. Yoink. There you go. Another 90 gold. So that's 275 in total.
Yeah. And he didn't have to hit a single creep.
Exactly. It's team gold. the best gold, at least in some support players' minds. However, his smoke pops, Twilight Eye on the low ground. He's been tanking baits. It really feels like the Abaddon International.
Oh yeah, all of these add-ons are doing so much work.
An string of unforgivable
No courier, and that's the Daedalus recipe as well.
Yeah, it was going to the secret shop to try and get a demon edge, but she won't have that extra damage for the defense now.
Yep, that was a very straightforward. Oh no, they found him. Cataclysm coming out as well. They delete Gorp right away. The Drow was gone. Twilight Eye dropping half HP. He's got his ulti popped as well. They got the buyback coming in from the Drow. And Spider Pigs, with that quick initiation, all they needed was a Drow kill. They forced the buyback. The damage has been done. They can back out.
Bottom tower is being attacked.
Now the game's on a knife's edge. Team Bald have no more room to maneuver. Drow dies again. GG.
GG. Yeah, that's pretty much the story here. Difficult times for Team Bald. It happened so quickly. First, the courier kill. Gorp mispositions himself once. Spider Pigs right outside of the base. Quick blink. Couple stuns thrown here and there. You got the Cataclysm instantly from Noob. They knew exactly what they were doing. They know the win condition.
Everybody in this game does now. And this looks like a smoke group up. Yeah, they're going. I greatly admire this from Team Bald. They know that if they get caught in their base once again, it's over. So, you know what? Why not make the stand on your own terms? Why not go out and look for it before it is completely too late and the enemy can determine all of the conditions of the fight?
Agreed. Take the fight to them.
Our waves are pushed in.
Take the fight to them indeed. LeBron. Hello. Bye-bye.
Oh, dear.
I can't believe what we're seeing. What just happened?
I love how he's solar cresting his own courier to give vision. Or at least maybe run to the secret shop or something, and then he just stands on the cliff and ends up getting picked off quickly. Wasn't suspecting that at all. Or just turning his back at his enemy, I don't know. Might be either.
And this gives Spider Pig some vision to work towards in future attempts as well. But the only problem with this ward is that it's very deep. You actually need your wave to be out somewhat in order for enemies to be showing on that.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting where they're sitting right now.
Look at top. TNT.
Yes, exactly.
Noob, right next to Excalibur. They have the Tinker wards on everything. He just walks in. Oh, no. He still has the stun he could throw down, but no. He just walks in. That's how confident. That's how overconfident they were. And Excalibur's out.
That's a shame.
That's a big shame. That was a, definitely a kill that Spider Pig should have had.
I'm not sure if they have the damage that they need to murder. Actually, if they drop the Cataclysm for it, they do. But otherwise, there is a possibility that the Pugz survives.
Yep, Meatball, Cataclysm, Finger. Yeah. But yeah, the Aeon Disc is strong.
Locked down.
There is still a cheese on Phonic. Roshan may respawn. Drum roll. 10 seconds.
They will suffer.
And they've got full vision of the kills.
This favors Spider Pigs very much. This is still on the buyback timer. We can actually look at that. Still 5 minutes for the Drow. If they killed Roshan like literally right now, their ages would expire by the time the buyback comes off of the Drow. So a big window.
Exactly. And there is no way for Team Bald to contest this. Their D-board doesn't actually give them vision over the fighting terrain for this. You see Phonic is ready to flank any possible opportunities. They are coming, but they're not fast enough. This is Solar Crest alacrity on the Luna.
He's still taking it though. They're turning around, but Phonic's already coming to meet them. Twilight Eye right next to him. The jump instantly on Gorp trying to TP out. Should be able to. It does come at the cost of his last 7-second charge, and it's now down to 6 on the BKB. And also, no BKB now for a whole minute. Spider Pigs are coming.
I don't think he can hold the kind of position where he can deal damage without the BKB. He has to wait until the fight is fully underway, and with the amount of damage that there's on Spider Pigs, I think his team is dead by that point.
Very likely. They do get the jump on Luna. A lot of damage, but it's not enough. It's not enough this time. Gorp in huge trouble. The jump from Phonic onto the next assassin. It takes down Gorp, and that's a Drow gone. And Rajix will fall as well. 2 heroes, 3 heroes dead. And then we'll go for the 4th one. It's going to be Excalibur with the Aeon Dust popping as well. But going back to the fountain, it's all over. GG is called. Spider Pigs, they find the decisive blow. And they take out Team Ball in game number 1.
Excellently played. Spider Pigs really wasting no time after winning these lanes. They play up so far on all of their heroes. You've got Disenchanters giving vision all the time. You've got Coma really pushing the speed and the farming of that Luna to the next level by grabbing as much farm as possible from the enemy side of the map. Team Ball get choked right out of the laning stage.
Pretty much. Could almost look at the graphs here. I don't know. Gaben was on their side for the first 8 minutes, or after the first 8 minutes, it just jumps into their favor suddenly. But in regards of player net worth, the Drow was behind the Luna. Luna had a fantastic lane coming out. We saw the Invoker dominate against the Puck. The Puck rotating towards top, not for a kill. Noob was able to get the kill with his level 6 rotation, and he stayed there for a while. They took the tower pretty fast. They started taking objectives around the map and starving Team Bold pretty fast.
Yep. They had a couple of really good attempts. I especially like the initiation towards the mid tower where they get that absolutely beautiful vac wall that does a lot of work. I think if they get Coma there is an option for Team Bold to come back into the game. But listen, look at Funnick. 11, 0, and 10. This man was always going to be there. He was always going to really be a big issue for that lineup, no matter how far ahead they caught. So unfortunately for Team Bold, I think they'll just have to be better in the draft next time and not get hit by such a big outdraft at the last second.
They definitely do. It's again, between a rock and a hard place for Team Bold. Need to get their package together. If you are a Gorp fan, however, in chat, if you want to spread your energy towards them, I would suggest writing a heart in chat for the person writing in chat above you so we can spread the love, and through that, maybe Team Bold can make it through. Otherwise, it's Spider Pigs taking the series 2-0. We'll take a tiny break. We'll be back after the commercials for game number 2.